Hello guys, welcome to new video. Simple precious metal recovery school, and this is our video number 5. For the first, I just wanted to say hello to all to you from Dusan from Serbia, and also big hello for all the people who are a member of this channel. And in today's video, I just want to talk about ICs and ICs processing, IC chip processing. So basically, the first step you always notice on the boards is not only CPU processor or TPUs processors or some other stuff. Most of the time you have a couple of ICs or a lot of ICs on the board. So we have a couple of species of ICs. We got normal ICs, we got some flatpacks IC, we got some BGA gold corner ICs. The BGA gold corner is the most profitable ICs. Why? Because they have a little fiber square with some small amount of gold, and that gold corner, that is not too much, but when you got a lot of different BGA ICs, you can make some nice gold. Then the most important part is that plastic part of CPU. Inside of that little plastic square, you got a lot of gold bonding wire made directly from 24K gold. That not means that other ICs is not good also. So you got just normal ICs with two side legs, thick ICs, and they contain gold too, but they contain gold bonding wire mostly inside just middle of the chip, and it's not too big. Is it worth to collect all ICs for gold recovery? Yes, definitely. ICs is one of the type of material which I love so much in the time when I work active with gold recovery. Why? You cannot know straight how much gold you can get from kilogram ICs, but you can guess from this to this, from this to this. So normal ICs, thick ICs, long ICs, from all the type of electronic contain 0.3 gram to 1.5 gram gold per 1 kilogram. Definitely, it's important to know from what electronic waste you get your ICs. But when I collect that ICs, I put them in a special bucket just for them. I put inside every ICs two side legs. So that thick ICs, long one, even the small one, always in the one bucket special for them. So the next one is that thick ICs for side leg. It's actually pretty good. You can get even 4 gram of gold. Depends, of course, from 1 gram of gold to 4 gram of gold per 1 kilogram for side leg ICs, because it's much better. The center in the middle of the chip is much bigger with that silicon die inside. You got a lot more of gold bonding wires. The rule is how much your leg got around the chip. This is the number of gold bonding wires. So if you got one small chip with maybe 30 leg, two-side leg chip with a 30 leg, you got 30 very microscopic small bonding wire inside. But if you got flat pack with the 4-side legs, you can get even 150 legs, small bonding wire per legs inside every chip. So depends how much a lag chip contain, that is the number of gold bonding wire inside the chip. The gold bonding wire is so small, you can basically in the BGA chip you can see the gold bonding wire, but in this other type of chips it's very small. 4-side lag chip sometimes contain the big very long gold bonding wire, because some of that 4-side lag chip, it's actually some species of the CPUs, the same like BGA, or the CPUs. This is they roll in that motherboard, that board, or something else. Once again, when I collect ICs in the time when I work, I have a second bucket for 4-side lag ICs, and the third bucket for only BGA ICs. So you got 3 different container when you start to populate the board. You got 3 different container, and you got one container for 2-side lag ICs, one container for second container for 4-side lag ICs, and the third container for BGA chips. So the BGA is the best. Why? Because approximately for 1 kilogram only caps, not fiber, you need to remove that fiber. For 1 kilogram only caps, you can get even 10 gram of gold. Maybe even more, but mostly is about 10 gram per kilogram. But you can get a less. Depends of the size of BGA. If the BGA is big, you have 1 kilogram only the big one, and you have 2nd kilogram smaller one. You will get more gold from that smaller one than from the big one, because the big one contain much more plastic materials, that carbon plastic materials. So the more one species of ICs, actually the small BGAs without legs from RAM sticks and some other one, and you can basically put them in the separate container, or you can mix them together with with your BGA or 4-side lag chips. You never want to mix them with a low grade 2-side lag ICs, because the 2-side lag ICs is low grade ICs, 4-side lag is a medium ICs, and the BGA is high grade ICs. But that small chip from that small chip without lag from memory cards and some other type cell phones, yeah, they are actually between 4-side lag and BGA. So some category between them. You will get sometimes the same like second category or the third category. So okay, when you got some pile of ICs, how you can recover the gold from it? So mostly a lot of hobby refiner get only gold from the chip, but that chips contain a lot of different stuff inside. Even that in the Germany, I know from one of my friend that actually there is some, I don't know, some market even for that silicon die from the chip, from that silicon from the chip. I don't know. Here, no. Then some of that chip contain even silver and palladium or platinum, but you, like a small refiner, if you want to get gold, you will probably lose all that other precious metal, because it's pretty hard from the ICs to get every single metal. So basically, what is the first step? Gold recovery from IC is worth only if you have at least 1 kilogram of ICs, or at least 100 gram of BGA. So this is the level where you not spend your acid or some other material just for a small amount of gold. So what you can do, the first way is you can do some old school panning with a catch pan for gold prospecting. So I have a couple of videos about that. You need first to burn that chip. So you will pyrolyze that ICs with the fire, of course, with the heat. So you need to get that ICs to white, crunchy, very, very crunchy stage. So you can do that simple in the one metal bucket with the top. Put ICs inside, get the top, couple of holes for just for air, and put that on the fire, and there will be some smoke, but you will burn your chip. So the chips need to be white. Or you can do that even in the some metal pan with a blowtorch upside, and but this is very bad for you. You need to get a gas mask because it's a lot of smoke. So the best stuff is in the bucket with the top, couple of holes, put that on the fire. After that, you need to grind that chip. You need to mill that chip until the very, very fine powder. I have a video too how to make IC grinder. So I made a mill for that. The mill is basically pretty simple stuff. Metallic ball inside that container. You need to have top. So just put ICs inside, fix all that on the motor, and after a couple of hours, all that heavy metal ball will crush your ICs to the very fine powder. What is important stuff? The finest powder is much better for gold recovery than very big chunky pieces, because in the chunky pieces sometimes gold bonding wire just stay inside of that plastic. So after you grind all that chip, the next stuff is just extract your gold. You got couple of ways for that. There is one method. They call it wet ashing, and this is the most for BGA chip. But you can use that on all kind of chip with the use of sulfuric acid. But we will talk about that in some other time. Right now we go to the start. When you mill your ICs to powder, you need to separate all metallic part from them. So you can use plastic mesh for that. Just you need to go all that chips through the mesh to remove all that metallic wires and central parts from all that fine ashes. You can make some sloughs for that. I try a couple of times to make some different sloughs, and it's work. Yeah, about 60%, 70%, 80% it's worth, but always you will lose some small amount of gold with the sloughs. The longer sloughs, it's much better. You can make it from water pipe. Jeff Macy have a long time a video about his sloughs from some water drain pipe, and it's very nice. You need to have some levels, to just stop the gold, but you already know what is the sluice. So this is the one way you can make a sluice from a different type of materials, but This is the one way. The second way is to wash that with a catch pan for gold recovery, for gold prospecting. But before you start to wash that, you need to prepare your dust, IC dust, how you prepare all that ash. You take a little soap. Try to find soap without too much bubbles, because more bubbles you'll have a problem with that. You add a little amount of soap or some other type of liquid soap or other stuff to break the tension of the water. So you just add that to one container with the water and mix that soap with the water, then add that to all that ash. Mix all that ash, add water, and you will need to get some form like a mud, definitely. And that soap in that mix will work, will help you to your gold go right down to the bottom when you start panning the gold. Because if you don't use that, some kind of soap or other stuff, probably you will lose some gold, because the gold is so small that will flow on the top of the water. I have all the kind of different videos, and if you go back even a couple of years ago, you will find videos with the sloughs, with panning gold, with preparing for a panning and the sluicing, even how to grind your ICs. I have a lot of videos. So the next step is just pan. So you take your gold. You need to have some very big bucket to catch all that what you spill from the from that pan, and just add 1 spoon or 2 spoons that material, and little by little you just pan that gold. So basically it's the same way how you can pan gold on the river, but this is the smaller gold and you need to be little gentle. So this is the one way, without acid, without anything, to just get your gold. Of course, on the end you will get nice line of gold bonding wire inside, but this is not the only gold bonding wire. You have a small pieces of copper, you got small pieces of nickel there. If you melt that, you will get dirty gold, maybe around 10 karat, 14 karat, never mind, but dirty gold. So you need to remove all that material with the acid if you want, but you don't need to use any expensive acid. You can use AP from the video number, I think 2, from Metal Recovery School. You can use AP, put that material in some container, add AP mix and AP solution for gold recovery, and with that AP you will just remove all the base metal and you will left only with the gold bonding wire. After that you can refine that, or you can melt that straight, depends on you. The sluicing is basically the same stuff. For sluicing, I think that you need to have at least couple of kilograms of material to just worth all that process and water. So the more one way, I just tell about that on the beginning, it's wet ashing. Wet ashing is a taboo theme on the gold recovery hobby and job and business. Why? Because some people actually don't like wet ashing. Some people love wet ashing. For me, the wet ashing is always be very good and quality process to get the gold. But for wet ashing, you need to have sulfuric acid. I use, most of the time I use 96% sulfuric acid, but a couple of times I just use carboxylic acid, but the process is much longer with the dilute sulfuric acid. The reason why I love to use, because I have a pretty good amount of acid, so I don't need to save any acid when I work. I always just take one big 10-15 liter bucket, clean metal bucket, put inside all that chip which I have, put that bucket on the fire, add sulfuric acid, and without mixing, just controlling the fire and controlling all that foam which rise after some time, I dissolve all that black plastic material, and I left only with the base metal and gold bonding wire. This stuff is perfect for a BGA. Why? Because on BGA you can do that in the beaker, some smaller amount, or you can do that even in the bucket. And if you don't mix all that with something, if you just stir that with the bucket around without any stir, if you don't touch that with any stir tool, you can save your gold bonding wire, all that silicone dye with the gold bonding wire in all pieces. You can actually see all that wire like one big sponge on the bottom of that bucket on the end. Depends on the amount of ICs. That process is from 30 minutes to maybe hour long. And after you dissolve all that in the sulfuric acid, all that material, you need to wash that with the water. So it's very dangerous, because I have video too about wet ashing, a couple of videos. Just need to leave that for maybe 5-6 minutes on the side, just little cold, but not too much. If start to cold too much, all that will stuck again together. So you need to decant sulfuric acid to leave only small amount on the bottom with that gold bonding wire. So you need to decant that very slowly. Then after that you need to add a lot of water, tap water, in that remains on the bottom with that sulfuric acid, and that is very strong exothermic reaction with the acid. So you need to wash that a couple of times to just leave materials with the gold bonding wires. After that, again, nitric acid or AP or something else, you need to remove all that base metal from gold bonding wires. So like I said, maybe I skipped something when I talk. I cannot remember just every single stuff for a half-hour video. So this is, like I said, this is a couple of ways how you can return your gold from ICs, from different chips. But chips are definitely worth for collecting. It's one of the best materials. It's easiest for depopulation and for collecting. So like I said, you just go back on my channel, watch a couple of all my videos. I got a lot of videos, and a lot of time I process ICs, different kind and different type of ICs, with different method, with the panning, with the sluicing, with the blue bowl. Yeah, I use on the beginning I use my homemade blue bowl for gold bonding wires. So I use most of the time lately I use a wet ashing, but on the end I just when the price of the acid start to rise, I just back to simplest method, and that is the panning with the gold prospecting catch pan. Nothing else, just a simple. It is a much longer, but is the simplest method for me. So where you can find ICs you can find in every single piece of electronic. So if you have a luck to go to some scrap yard and find a lot of electronic board. You will see the board, very big board with stocked with ICs. So some of that ICs will probably be in ceramic. That ceramic is a good one. Some of them contain gold plating and the gold bonding wire. Some of them contain just silver or nickel, but the most of the time is a plastic one and worth collecting every single IC. So you got that board with that micro ICs, very small, with just free leg on one side, free leg on the second side, and that stuff it's worth too, because yeah, they are small, but most of the time you can find them anywhere. So if somebody asks me on what place I will leave ICs, on what place of material for gold recovery, definitely for the first place is processors. For me, processors, ceramic processors, because it's just cool. Not because amount of gold is just cool. So ICs and the BGA chips and other stuff I will immediately leave on second place. So the fingers, for me, it's worth only from old boards, but fingers from the new electronic is just crap. It's so bad gold plating that is not even worth our time anymore. You need to be careful about one stuff. When I work, I have one problem. When I work with a BGA chip, so we know that BGA contain about 8 to 10 gram per kilogram, but I cross my road with some BGA. That BGA, I think from Siemens, Germany, some new manufacturing, I don't know for what is that, but that BGA contain only copper bonding wires. There is no gold. So I work some amount, and on the end I got so small amount of gold. So I do some test when I cook that with the wet ashing, couple of chips. I just figure out that there is no gold inside. It's only copper base and the copper bonding wire. I don't know for what they use that, but you need to be careful, especially when you buy BGA for gold recovery, that maybe you will get in some point the chip which not contain any gold bonding wire. So the other ICs not always contain gold bonding wire. It's most of the time, but not always. But in the big pile, it's never mind. But if you for BGA, if you got a larger amount of the same type of BGA, you may get some bad vibe from that, and you will be pretty much disappointed. About the result. But yeah, like I said, the gold recovery is a very magical world, full surprise, but sometimes that surprise is not a good one, it's a bad one. This kind of video is just for people who just start to do some gold recovery, precious metal recovery. I'm not showing anything, I just talk, I'm not showing anything. Why? Because like I said, I have all that already in my videos. But sometimes people just need to remember again about the process, about the materials, what kind of materials work, what kind of not, something, what you can expect from that, bad or good. So this is the reason why I make this kind of videos. Just pretty good that just know about a couple of thing about ICs, which we say in this video. So okay guys, this is enough talking for today. Tomorrow is my day for a mushroom. Tomorrow I'll start to work after vacation this 2 week, and I start to work, but tomorrow afternoon I go in the woods to get some mushroom to rest my brain, and I will see you soon. I want to say a big hello for all of you again, and subscribe to this channel if you're already not. You can make some donation through the super thanks or membership of this channel. I will try the best to make more videos like these or even other videos. My plan is to go to visit some scrap yards. I cannot work at home again, but I can work on the field. So just I can visit some scrap, just talk what kind of material is the best to buy, what is good, what is not, what you need to catch with the bow hand, what you need to run from it. So yeah, there is a lot. We have a lot of team for the future. So guys, once again, friend Dusan loves you, and I will see you soon with the next video. Cheers, mates. Okay, I just want to share with you one important little funny stuff. So before a couple of days, my heater from aquarium for aquarium fish does die, and I buy a new one, but this old one I just want to throw in the waste, in the garbage. But yeah, I just stay to check for 1 second what is contained inside, and when I remove that from that glass pipe, this is all the mechanism. Like you see, some wire and nothing special there. But if you see that, we actually have some very small but wood. It's not one, it's actually a tool, of course. Silver contact. So this is, you see on this side, it's a copper contact, but half of this contact is a silver one. So yeah, not bad find. I hope to have one of these, but I'm not be sure. I think I probably think that it's just cheap technology, but it's not bad. Even the Chinese one contain silver and silver plated contact. So it's not big stuff, but any piece of silver and gold, it's worth when you are work with a precious metal recovery. Okay,